Klan has missed its targets, but the trap was set on June 20th. Schwarber, Cheney, and Goodman went south to investigate a fire. The next afternoon, they met with fellow activists. The events that followed would stun the nation forever. On June 22nd, 1964, 3 men went missing, an African-American man and 2 white men. They were all civil rights activists. On August 4th, 1964, they were found dead in a ditch after the police pulled them over for speeding and turned them over to the KKK, where they were killed.
Accused of speeding, they were put in jail, and they were not allowed to make a phone call, and they were released at night. They got back in the car, and the Ku Klux Klan nabbed them.
For the latest on the search for the 3 missing boys,
2 young civil rights activists were from New York, and one was from Mississippi. Schwarber was a white Jewish civil rights activist, and Cheney was a black instructor with CORE. Furthermore, Goodman was a white Jewish student at Queens. In theory, the Mississippi burning made more white people support civil rights, which is a big reason they won. The burnings, as they then came to be known, were some of the most talked about killings of their time, as 2 white men were killed. There were over 700 people who protested in Freedom Summer, which is an outcome of the Mississippi burning. Of the 700 people who attended Freedom Summer, a majority of them were white. It shows that the 2 white men being killed changed the outcome of civil rights history. Although they were given signs that it was dangerous and told it was life-threatening, they went in spite of their fears. Unfortunately, they were killed, but it ignited the community, not just African Americans, but all people. It led to one of the bigger protests in civil rights history that led to civil rights being a successful movement. The 3 men were going to Mississippi to protest because they were civil rights activists in 1964 during the civil rights movement. They were arrested and taken to jail. They disappeared the next day. They had wondered where they were. Later, they found out that they were turned over to the KKK, who had beaten them and killed them brutally. The KKK did not just kill the African Americans in the group, but also killed the white male activists. This is important to history because it made more white people rally around the topic of civil rights, because it led to Freedom Summer, which had more white people. Every white person that joined the revolution made for a stronger community and caused the white supremacist groups to become weaker.